In this chapter, we're going to shift our focus to ActiveX controls, which are Microsoft Windows-based applications that you can plug into your projects. They're small, pre-compiled, modular, and reusable. Now, web developers often use ActiveX controls to extend the functionality of their HTML pages, and that's what we can do here in RoboHelp. Let's take a look at one, starting with a design time control. To insert these, we simply go to the Insert menu. So we're going to do this working on our project called How to Use LDC Controls, just a version of the project we've been working on in this title. And we're looking at the Browsing by Author topic. And we'll just scroll down to the very bottom, click at the end of the last paragraph here, press Return. And this might be a good place to insert a design time control that will allow people to see related topics. So let's do that. We'll click Insert. We'll go down to HTML, across and down to Advanced. And over here, you'll see some things like scripts, applets. There's ActiveX control, but we're going to start with Design Time Control. So when we click this, you'll see a set of predefined design time controls to choose from. Now, these all come with RoboHelp, so there's nothing involved except to select the one you want, for example, related topics. And when we click OK, we've inserted the design time control. It appears as a button. Now, to actually set up the properties for this control, we double click it, and this opens up the Related Topics Properties dialog. And you can see it is a button with a label that says Related Topics. We can change that text or switch it to an image if we prefer, but let's just leave it at Related Topics. If you don't want the button, it could be just text, or it could be hidden if you want to use it as part of a script. But let's just leave it as a button with the text Related Topics. Now, over here on the right-hand side, we get to choose the topics. So the topics, as you can see, could be in a dialog or a pop-up menu. That's up to you as well. Down below, you can see it's going to open up in a default window, and the default frame is also set to none. All right, now we'll go to the Topics tab where we get to choose the related topics because by default there aren't any yet. So there'd be nothing to choose from when people go to use this control. So let's choose Browsing by Subject. We'll add that. And Browsing Software Titles. We'll add that. And if we wanted to, we could customize it further with different fonts. So you can see we have different font styles, sizes, etc. Let's see what this looks like though as is by clicking OK. And now we'll just preview this with a Control W. So there's our Browsing by Author topic. As we scroll down to the bottom, we see a button that says Related Topics. When we click that, you'll see this little dialog that opens up instead of a pop-up menu. There's our two related topics. We can go to one just by selecting it and clicking Display. Now we're looking at the related topic. Very cool feature. So we'll close that up. And then we might want to just go back and tidy things up. Let's add an extra space between our paragraph and our Related Topics button. We'll double click it. And now maybe we do want to make some changes to the properties as far as appearance go. Let's change the font here to something a little more recognizable like Arial, for example. The font style, maybe we'll make it italics. And let's bump it up a little bit to 10 points. If you want, you could underline it. Here's a sample preview down below of what it's going to look like. Click OK. You can see the button looks a little bit different now. And notice the handles that appear around each corner here, so we can click and drag this out if we want to make it a bigger button. Let's test it out. Control W, scroll down. Button looks a little bit different, a little more space. That looks better. And of course, we can click the button to display any related topic we want. Beautiful. So that's an example of an ActiveX control called a design time control.